Welcome to season number 2 here in the Nevada Wolfpack Dynasty. After a very interesting offseason, we enter our second year in this series with a lot of new playmakers on both sides of the football after a big transfer portal offseason and a big exodus of a lot of our star players. The big addition in the offseason were the two quarterbacks, the two true freshmen. What you're looking at right now is freshman out of Venice, Florida, Enrique Damico. He came in the offseason, surprising and shocking the entire coaching staff. 96 throw power, 79 overall, too much raw talent to keep on the bench. This was an easy decision to determine who's going to be the quarterback one going into this season. Because remember, Chet Harper was our top prospect all season long. But you can just see in practice, he's making all types of throws. The arm angles and everything, I'm not saying it's him, but it just reminds me of what Patrick Mahomes looks like. Moving around slightly in the pocket, not really scrambling, only when he needs to, but making these tight windows throws with this quick release. I just really like what he does at quarterback. His throwing style is that 3/4 1, and then his ball carrier style, high and tight run style, and then he's got the offset big clap. It was just a lot of fun to practice with him, and after playing just a few snaps, it was an easy decision. He is the quarterback one. Marcus Ratcliffe also was a big addition, but on the defensive side of the football. He is the transfer from Texas A&M. A starter last year is going to look to make a big impact on this defense for just one season. Then there's Josiah Persinger, who was the transfer cornerback who has freshman eligibility after he did not play last year. He's going to come in and probably play all 4 years as a starter on the outside. We were able to get him up to 84 overall as a redshirt freshman. He transferred from Virginia. Here is what Chet Harper looked like, but the issue with Harper is that he is maxed out with a lot of his abilities. As you can see, his accuracy, his skill caps are all maxed out, power, all maxed out. He has very limited upside, but he does have a deal breaker of proximity to home. At receiver, we added a couple of guys in the offseason, including Rick Gaskin, 91 speed. I'm wondering how we are going to use him, though, because we do have some receivers who progressed in the offseason and look really good coming into year number 2. Gaskin is going to be a speedster for us, so for now, he's going to play on the outside. We'll see what he does in his first couple of games of work, and then decide for a lot of these freshmen what we're going to do with them, because the eventual goal is to keep guys long-term, be able to develop them. So for a lot of these guys, I am going to end up redshirting them after giving them some games of playing time. And who knows, I could unredshirt guys down the road. That's also an option here in season number 2. But I definitely want to emphasize player retention. I definitely don't want these guys that I'm recruiting in hopes that, we can recruit these high school guys and they stick around for the long term. We did get a big transfer at linebacker in Russell Davis II. He played for Washington last year as a starter and had a pretty good year. So this is going to be an interesting year for him. Can he make an impact for this defense? He will basically be our sub linebacker along with our will linebacker position. We do have a couple of freshman starters, including Larry Tuilolo. Tuilolo is very, very good right now, but the thing that's the most intriguing, he's got a very high ceiling, a lot of skill caps to unlock. Our cornerback room is going to look different. Our safety room is going to look different. This is just going to be a different looking team this year, but a lot of guys that we can be attached to, like Larry Swain, who was the top high school recruit who was interested in coming to Nevada from the beginning of this series. So I'm happy to land him. It took the entire season to recruit him, but I'm happy he's starting at free safety. So we will go up against BYU to start this season. They are led by McKay Hillstead. Number 3 for BYU, has no experience actually, as he is a guy that is going to have some really big shoes to fill, because remember, this is a team, BYU, that is very, very, successful in their program. And I think this is going to be a tough matchup for them coming on the road to see us, because we are a revitalized team, to be honest with you. But the big story in this one is we will be facing our former star player in Herschell Turner. Obviously, Turner was our starting tailback last year, 11 touchdowns for us. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see him play. And then what we're seeing here in this receiving core, a lot of good players. And I think that this is going to be a game that is going to be very challenging on both sides of the football. They have a decent defense. They have some playmakers on offense, and they have Herschell Turner. It should be a good one. One change we're making going into the season, we will run the Ohio pistol. And here is our new kicker, Bortles, here to send us away into season number 2. As this will be kicked to the back of the end zone. When's the last time that has happened in this series? I don't know if it has. And out comes BYU with this offense. Herschell Turner upgraded that speed. Last year he was 89 speed. Now he is 92 speed after the offseason. Here's the first pass by McKay Hillstead. That will go over to the flats and will be a tackle. Sian Luea with the tackle right there for a gain of 5. A lot of new faces here. Here is Herschell Turner, and there is a nice stop by the transfer from Washington, looking to make some plays this season. Now it's an early 3rd and 5. Here is pressure, and it's a sack. And Eric Sendejo forced the quarterback to scramble right into our leading sack getter a year ago in Jonathan Maldonado. I'm looking for a 10-sack season from Maldonado, and he's off to an excellent start. It's a 3 and out for the defense. Here is Enrique Damico, 6'4" quarterback out of Venice, Florida. Hopefully he makes a big impact for this team. Here is a handoff to another freshman. That's David LeCouture, and he puts the ball on the ground, but they do go and reveal it, and they do overturn that fumble. Ashton Hayes gets to start at tailback here for the Wolfpack here in season number 2. He was the 4th string back. He is stuffed for a loss of 1 on that play. Cooper Flanagan, the transfer tight end from Notre Dame, in the backfield, and the pressure does get to Damico, and he will throw that one into the ground. So a 3 and out for both squads. Here's Hillstead this time, throwing across the middle. He's got a man, and it's going to be an eventual tackle that time by the transfer from Texas A&M, the safety, and it is a 1st down. It looks like our transfer cornerback from Virginia is shaken up on that play, so he will have to come out. 1st and 10, pressure, and there is a sack. The pressure gets to him. It is going to be Davis II. He's going to be a big impact player this season, and we'll see what type of defense we're going to have. I think he's going to add some excitement to this defense. 2nd and 17. Here's a screen pass over to Turner, and there he is again, Davis on the tackle. And Josiah Persinger, number 33, who is the transfer out of Virginia, he will be out for the game. So that is our best cornerback knocked out already as they get it to a 3rd and 11. Here's a throw to the sideline, and pushing the receiver out of bounds is going to be the freshman Larry Swain. So here we go. Ashton Hayes with the carry, and that is a loss of 1 yard. David LeCouture next to Damico for a 3rd and 11 shot. Here is a throw across the middle, and there is that quick release finding Nate Burleson II, now the number 1 receiver on the depth chart going into season 2. Here is Hayes this time, shot out of a cannon, and he picks up a 1st down run for his 1st carry for a 1st in his career, actually. Here is Burleson. Here is a little wide receiver orbit screen over to him, and he picks up the 1st down. We're across the 50 now, 2.5 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. Here is a throw to Marquise Ashley, the senior receiver. He returns. He's going to play in the slot quite a bit this year for his 1st catch of the year. Damico this time running Ashley in motion. It's a jet sweep touch pass, and here is Ashley to the outside. He will score. I gotta give a shout out to number 26, Ashton Hayes, just throwing a slight block right there, freeing up Ashley to the end zone. It's now 7-0. Here is Herschell Turner now with a carry up the middle. And there is another stop by Russell Davis. He's made an impact so far on these first few drives. 3rd and 3. Here's a throw to the sideline, and there is a nice tackle that time. And that is Laoile. I got to figure out how to say his name at cornerback, but he makes the tackle right there. And another punt for this BYU offense. Dangerous throw by Damico right there, but that 96 arm strength is definitely tempting to make some tight window throws. 3rd and 3. Here's a throw to the left side, looking for Burleson, and that will just be out of the reach of the junior. So can our defense come up with a stop here in the second quarter? Here's a throw up the seam, and that is a catch for a first down. And there is Davis there once again getting in for another tackle. Pressure this time on McKay Hillstead, and that is Sendejo, who's been getting some pressure so far in this first quarter in a couple of minutes. Handoff this time, Herschell Turner. He gets to the outside on a 3rd and 10, and he's not going to be anywhere close to the first down marker, but they're going to elect to go for it here at the 46. Handoff, Turner to the outside, and it's going to be Russell Davis again. A couple of impact plays we've seen from the transfer, and he's making his statement here in this game so far. Here's Damico back on offense. There's a nice throw to Marshawn Brown, who holds on to it. Marshawn Brown ends up returning after threatening to transfer. I thought he was going to because of his deal breaker, but he was not on the players leaving list, and I'm surprised at that. 1st and 10 now at the 28. Play action fake now, throwing to the end zone. This one is caught. It's Burleson climbing the ladder. That's something we did not have a year ago. Having a quarterback that can throw a decent deep ball, Damico's going to be special. I've seen it on these first few drives. This throw is perfect. And Burleson just goes up and gets it over the defender. And how about these first few drives? It's 14-0 in Nevada's favor. There's a throw to the tight end Melton, and he picks up the first down on that throw. Now another fresh set of downs here for BYU, but there is a nice play on the outside. And that will bring it to a 3rd and 7. Once again, Hillstead in the pocket. We only rush 3. Nobody's getting home on this one. He throws short, and this one is caught. And that's Backmeyer, but now they do have to punt this away. So how many punts have they had so far here in the first half? Our defense is balling out. Here's a throw to the sideline by Damico. He finds Marquise Ashley. And that brings it to a 3rd and 6. Here's a throw into a tight window, looking for the transfer tight end that time, Flanagan. And we will have to punt this one away, but after being pinned inside the 10, BYU has excellent field position to start this drive. Here's a throw across the middle. That one's caught by Backmeyer, and it will be a first down to about the 24-yard line. Now handoff this time to Turner, and Amir Broussard, returning after a 5.5 season last year, now as a sophomore, makes the play in the backfield. 3rd and 9. Look at the pressure, and he gets it away. Herschell Turner spins, and he will get stopped there right before the first down marker. And now it is 4th and 2. Can our defense come up with another stop? This time a throw deep on the right side, and it is going to be a touchdown. This time to Waller again, and they will get their first touchdown of the day, and it is a 14-7 game. So here is Enrique Damico with about a minute and a half to go here in the first half. Here is a throw over to Cooper Flanagan, and he picks up the first down. I'm excited for the potential of Flanagan in this offense. I think he's really going to benefit from the pistol offense, hiding him in certain formations, and he's a very good route runner. Damico this time, throwing to left side, and there's Flanagan again, creating some separation. He is really a mismatch nightmare for anybody. A little hurry-up offense this time. Damico throwing to the side, and that is Flanagan again, wide open. 3 straight catches for him on this drive. He's got 4 today. 1st and 10, running them in motion, and Ashton Hayes bottled up behind the line. Going to lose 2 on that play. Inside of 30 seconds here. It's now a 3rd and 9. Here is Damico throwing, and it's Flanagan. He will score. How about the offense? The 2-minute offense by this Nevada offense here. And Flanagan, if you have a linebacker on Flanagan, that's an issue. And he wasn't even lined up right across from him. He was threatening to blitz. That's a mistake every time. And how about Enrique Damico? He has been very, very impressive here in the first half. We have the 2-touchdown lead. So here we go, second half action. Let's see if Damico can continue his hot streak throwing the football there as Ashton Hayes. You know, a carry like that, a little sliver, it's funny because Herschell Turner was small enough to fit through those holes. So we're going to really have to figure out a way to run the football effectively. 2nd and 6 now. Here is Damico throwing across the middle, looking for a Gaskin, and Trenton Scott, our left tackle, is shaken up on the play. And now it's a 3rd and 6. Here's a short throw out to Gaskin, and this time he can't hold on to that one in traffic. And we have to punt it away to start the second half. So here is Hillstead back on the field. This is a short throw this time to Backmeyer, who picks up a gain of 5. Now it's Hillstead for a 3rd and 3. It looks like Herschell Turner is in the backfield. Here's a throw up the seam, and it's Waller again getting behind the defense. It's a touchdown, and I have no idea how that just happened. Look at the busted coverage. I have no idea what our safety right here is doing on this play, but for some reason, he just like completely abandons his zone and leaves Waller wide open. Sometimes I feel like the Heisman CPU does that on purpose. I'm not sure. 14-21 game now. Still a 1-score lead for Nevada. Here is Burleson with his fifth catch of the day. As Enrique Damico gets it to a 3rd and 5. Ashton Hayes next to him in the backfield. Here's a throw to the sideline looking for Marshawn Brown, who can't hold on to that play. And now it is 4th and 5. Damico in the pocket this time. Throwing late, looking for Marquise Ashley. No, that was actually Gaskin who cannot hold on to that ball. So a turnover on downs as here's Herschell Turner breaking a tackle. No, he gets taken down right away. Big hit that time, stopping him, bringing him to a 3rd and 8 for this offense. We've gotten out of a lot of 3rd downs here in this game so far. But here's a screen pass over to Turner, and he will just get enough for the first down. He needed 8. He got like 8.5. Back to the ground game for BYU, but there is a stop behind the line. It's Eric Sendejo, who was our top defensive recruit last season. He's been playing pretty well today. 3rd and 8. Here is Hillstead. Got under pressure. He goes down. It's Maldonado again around the edge, making a play on 3rd down. That's exactly what you want from your senior leading pass rusher. He will technically get only credit for a half sack on that one. And it's now a 4-point game after the field goal. Ashton Hayes still cannot get going in the ground game. That's a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 now. Rolling to the right side. Damico throws to the right side. That is going to be caught by Gaskin. Rick Gaskin hasn't really created too much separation today. The true freshman looking to get going. It's now a 3rd and 6. This time a short throw to Burleson, and that will be incomplete. So BYU's offense back out onto the field towards the end of the 3rd quarter again. A lot of 3 and outs for the Nevada offense. But here is pressure on the next drive, and that is going to be Hopper, the transfer from Minnesota, along with Amir Broussard getting to the quarterback. Josh Hopper is going to be looking to make more of an impact stopping the run than anything here for this team. 3rd and 11, all day in the pocket. That's a nice throw this time. It's going to be the tight end, and it's a first down for Delonte Melton. And now they're inside the red zone. You got to get pressure on Hillstead. He's an inexperienced quarterback. We got to get to him. Here's a throw to the sideline. This one's caught. It's Melton again. And now they're inside the 5 for a 3rd and 2. Handoff this time. Herschell Turner is going to be stood up by Tui Lolo, the true freshman Mike linebacker, and that brings it to a 4th and 2. Hillstead throws quickly. This one's caught. It's Waller for the 3rd time today. And BYU will take the lead. I have no idea how he held on to this catch. in traffic. The ball was way away from his body, and he somehow holds on, and it's now a 3-point lead in BYU's favor. Here we go, Enrique Damico, a short pass over to Burleson to start the next drive. That is a nice first down pickup. BYU setting the pressure now as they get to Damico on that throw. That one falls incomplete. 3rd and 4 now. Here is Damico throwing short again. This time Burleson's got it for a first down and a little bit more, tackled at about the 45-yard line, just short of it. 1st and 10 now, throwing into traffic. Cooper Flanagan, the intended target. It's intercepted by the defense. And if we look at this play, this was maybe just a miss by Damico, because look at the point where we threw this football. If that was a low throw, that was a completion, but it sailed on Damico and ended up being an INT. So here is Hillstead back out onto the field. They have been moving the ball nicely here in the second half. That is a few yards on that RPO, but it brings it to a 4th and 2. I want to show this play right here because this is maybe the play of the game. Here's a scramble. Hillstead picks it up, and he is just doing what he can here in the second half, willing his team back, just making the right decisions. Here's a short throw, somehow caught. Abercrombie was there, and he could not make the play right there. 2nd and 8 now. Here's Herschell Turner. Good block by the BYU offensive line. And it brings it to a 3rd and 4. Here is Hillstead. Throw into left side. He's got Waller again, trying to fight his way for his 4th touchdown of the game. And he's got 5 for 103 with 3 TDs, pushed out at the 1. 1st and goal, handoff. Turner looking to fight in. He gets spun around and finally crosses the plane. It's a touchdown. Josh Hopper could not keep him out on that play. And BYU has completely turned it around in the second half, and Nevada has went cold. 4.5 minutes to go. Here's a short throw to Rick Gaskin. He has been bottled up so far on the outside today. It's now a 3rd and 7. Here is Damico throwing deep, looking for Cooper Flanagan, who climbs the ladder. He is just an absolute nightmare for every single defender. It's a first down. 1st and 10 again. Here's a throw across the middle, looking for Gaskin. And he's had a tough first game today in his career. A few drops, but this drive continues. Here's a throw once again. Flanagan has it in his hands. He cannot hold on. And now that brings it to a 3rd and 10. This is a crucial play in this one. They send the pressure. It's a screen pass, but BYU's defense sniffs it out right away. It's a loss of 2. And this could be the game here. 4th and 12. Damico throws. He's got Burleson open. That's just a flick of the wrist for him. And Enrique Damico passes 300 yards in his first career game. Here's Damico now facing pressure, throwing off his back foot to Ashton Hayes out of the backfield. But time is not on our side. Under 3 minutes to go now. We hurry up to the line. It's now a 2nd and 3. Damico throws to the end zone. It's intercepted. A great read by Damico, but just a better play by the defense. And our drive is halted. Down by 10. Under 3 minutes to go. That's not what you wanted in that situation. Anything but a turnover. Even a field goal could have worked in that situation. They start this drive at the 1. Here's a throw to the sideline, and Hillstead will find Backmeyer as they get it to a crucial 3rd and 4 before the 2-minute warning, so we can use it as a timeout here. Here is pressure, but throwing to an open man. How does someone get that open? It's a first down. This clock continues to run under 2 minutes. We're starting to burn some timeouts here. Here is Herschell Turner, who does get stood up. We call our second timeout, and now it is 3rd and 1. We need a stop right here. Otherwise, that is the game. Speed option to the left side. And somehow, Hillstead gets around Hopper, and we will fall here in the opener to number 19, BYU. This is just a tale of two halves. Nevada dominates the first half. BYU dominates the second half. And wow, just shocked by that outcome. The CPU made amazing adjustments on us, on our offense, and we just could not counter it. First off, we did not run the ball particularly well at all the entire game. Damico had a very good game. We did throw 2 interceptions, but he was on fire in the first. He could not be stopped, and that's why we had that 21-7 lead. But in the second half, like, Burleson could get open a little bit. Flanagan had a couple of contested catches, but nobody else really created any separation. And I think Rick Gaskin was in over his head a little bit, had 3 drops today, only 3 catches from him. And I played him on the outside quite a bit today. I think maybe we're probably going to dial his playing time back, maybe get somebody that has a little better route running out there on the outside. That may help him in his progression. So we're definitely going to make a change from him, because we cannot have those drop passes like there were today. And then McKay Hillstead had 3 touchdowns. Herschell Turner didn't even have a big game running the football, had 2 yards per carry. Well, I guess if there's one takeaway, Russell Davis made a huge impact today, had 4 TFLs, had a sack as well. He was really, really good. But, man, that one stings, because I wanted that game. That would have been our first win versus a top 25 team in this series. And we dropped the opening game here in season number 2. So I will be making a couple of changes. Rick Gaskin is that one change that I wanted to make. But I'm also going to put Dylan LaBarbera back in that rush right end, in that number 1 slot there, because what I saw from Josh Hopper wasn't good today. He was good at stopping the run, but he didn't actually blow that last speed option tackle where he just let the quarterback, McKay Hillstead, just run right around him. So I'm going to put LaBarbera back in there and see what happens next episode, because it's going to get tougher. We're going to have to go to Camp Randall and face the Wisconsin Badgers, and we'll see what happens, because if we did not get that win, well, this is going to be a lot more tough, because Wisconsin is a team that is rated a lot higher than we are. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys thought of the opener and this team going forward. Any things you saw, anything like that. Glad you guys are enjoying the series. We'll be back for more. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.